Welcome back to Corn Dog Caravan. I'm Ray, and today's video we're going to be making some delicious, what I call roadside breakfast burritos. So for your list of ingredients that you want to have on hand, we're going to need some type of oil. I'm going to use canola oil. You could also use olive oil. You're going to need some potato spuds, some dried hash browns. This is the brand I use. I get these at Costco for probably about a buck a box of these. And secret ingredient, I'll share with you how I'm going to use that, is Better Than Bouillon Smoky Chipotle. So I'll show you how I use that. Little cutting board, a knife. You're going to need whatever kind of cheese you like. We're just using a little Fiesta blend. Some black pepper, and optional, again, everything that I'm throwing in is kind of optional. You make it how you want to make it, but I'm going to show you how I make it. Hatch style green chili powder. We use the turkey sausage, the chorizo flavored. And then for kind of some finishing ingredients, we've got some Hatch green chili, mild. If you like hot, go hot. A little bit of jalapeno. You're going to need eggs. I'm going to be using 10 eggs. Get an onion, and then got to finish off with some butter.
Oh, sorry.
So this is the list of ingredients. I'm sure I've probably forgotten something, but we're going to get started with cooking and browning up the chorizo first. I break this into 3 steps. I do my chorizo first. I use my non-stick skillet for that, and then I'll just do a quick wipe. I'll add a little oil to that. And then I'll do the hash browns next with some onion and some Hatch green chili and some jalapeno. Kind of brown that up a little bit, get that good and crispy. And then I finish off with the eggs, and then I add in a little cheese at the end. So you'll see me kind of putting these together. So keep watching. Now, before I get started with grilling or sauteing the chorizo sausage, I'm going to go ahead and get the hash browns started because those need about 12 minutes to hydrate. So I've already got my water heated. Grab it out of the microwave. And what I'm going to be adding now is about a tablespoon of the Better Than Bouillon Smoky Chipotle. Alright, so we are going to fill this up to the line with a hot solution of Chipotle flavored Better Than Bouillon. And this is going to need to soak for 12 minutes. So while we're cooking up our sausage, we'll let this get good and hydrated. So there is our flavor solution. So I'll seal this up. And we'll just put this over to the side while we're heating up the sausage. Now, if you're new to the channel, you'll not know that we've now been on the road for over 4 years traveling full-time in our ProMaster van. So we use in our van here, I use an induction cooktop oil burner. This is a Tramontina. I did a review on our channel a long time ago. Still happy with it, going strong. Has the adjustable temperature and everything. It's really well. Also, we're using, it's getting a little worn, this Copper Chef. We're probably going to be replacing it. Trying to do some reviews of some skillets now, just to kind of see what we want to purchase next. When we get to it, you're going to see later, the eggs love to stick to this now, right in this little center spot. So we'll have to do a little scraping to get the eggs out. But everything else cooks really well. But we've had, this is probably our maybe 20 to 30th batch of definitely for doing the burritos, the breakfast burritos, plus we cook other stuff too. So the pan still looks good. It's got the good coating on it, but just the stickiness just doesn't work like it used to. So let's get started with cooking up the chorizo. All right, now that my chorizo is finished and I've got that draining, next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna take the Idaho Spuds that I've got right here, and when you're doing this at home, if you've got maybe too much water, I came over to the sink and then I drained off any excess liquid that was still not hydrated in here. This actually felt pretty solid and good, so I don't have anything to pour off, so I'm going to go ahead and get this started. So I'm going to come back here. I've got a little bit of brown bits left to my skillet, and we're going to kick this up to 355, and I'm going to add a little bit of onion and hatch chili first, and then I'll add the hash browns. I'm going to add probably about 2 tablespoons of oil. In this case, I'm using canola today. You could use probably olive oil if you want to use olive oil. I know the heat temperature or the temp is a little bit different with the oil. So, all right, so I've got maybe about a half an onion of red red onion and yellow. And let's go down all of it. Why not? That'll help break up some of the loose bits. And those onions are going to really grab all the flavor from the chorizo that was left over in here too. Add some chopped jalapeno. And now I'm going to add my hot chilies. Probably about a 1/4 cup, I think is what I'm adding. 1/4 cup to a half. All my brown bits are now broken up off the bottom of the pan, similar to if you're using an Instant Pot, doing a similar step. Alright, we'll cook the onions a little bit more, let them get a little bit more wilted and a little brown. And then we'll add the hash browns next. Onions are cooking up good, releasing some of the moisture out of them. So I temporarily parked the onions off to the side because I'm going to get started with the hash browns next. Add my oil to the skillet. About 2 tablespoons. And then next I'm just going to slowly and carefully add some hash browns, just checking the temp. Scrape off the little bits and spread it out. So I've got that all spread out. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to let that sit for a couple of minutes. That's the secret with hash browns, is don't stir them too often. Now, at this point, I'm going to add a little bit more hatch chili powder. I just like to hatch. Maybe about a half a teaspoon total. And a little bit of black ground pepper. And then now I'm going to rehydrate the potatoes with some onions, hatch chili, and jalapeno that I cooked earlier. Add that right back on top. And again, I haven't stirred anything yet. Those hash browns just cooked. Alright, so now we're about 3 or 4 minutes into the cooking process. I'm going to go ahead and start turning the hash browns. Good and crisp on the bottom. Alright, now that I'm done stirring that up, I'm going to let it rest in the skillet and cook for probably another about 3 or 4 minutes. Let it brown up a little bit more. While my hash browns are cooking up, I'm going to go and get my eggs prepared. And then next I'll whisk these up. Alright, let's come back to the hash browns now. Man, I wish you guys could smell this. We have a little brown bit in the bottom. That's quite alright. These are looking delicious. Got my eggs all scrambled up. I'm going to park these hash browns off to the side and get my eggs cooked next. Mix in that crispy goodness. Alright, so let's get these eggs cooked up. I've added about a teaspoon of oil to the skillet. I've got some of the brown bits up, but still have a little bit. And I'm going to start off with the low temperature on the eggs, around 250. Add the eggs. French do. Do a nice consistent stir with the eggs. The eggs are thickening up nicely. I don't like runny eggs, so I'm going to get these a little firm, but not overcooked. And I haven't added any cheese yet either. Time for some cheese now. Okay, now what I like to do is I like to now mix in my chorizo. We started off with the chorizo first, got it cooked, so it did cool off. Now I make these burritos for the week ahead. Try to get 14 of them, so Chris and I both have some deliciousness every day if we want it, or if we spread it out we can get a little bit longer. So whether this is cold or hot when I'm prepping them, it really doesn't matter because we reheat them in the microwave. Now we're going to start the process of assembling the burritos, and what I like to do first is I like to go ahead and pull off 14 of my burrito wrappers. We just use these little foil sleeves we got at Sam's Club, little foil sheets. And then I'm going to get my moistened and warm tortillas so I can roll them up easy. Now before I throw these in the microwave, what I like to do with the burritos, and on each side of the burrito pack, take a little damp paper towel, on both sides. And then I'm going to put this in the microwave probably for about maybe 30 seconds and then flip it and do it another 30 seconds just to try to get them a little bit steamed. Alright, so the burritos are nice and moist. Pull those out. I can always throw them back in if I need to do it halfway through the building process. Alright, so we're going to start stacking these burritos. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to take my burrito. I'm going to scoop probably about a half a cup of egg and chorizo. Spread it out a little bit of hash brown. Now in this case I've got plenty of onion and hash browns, so I might be a little generous. Because that'll reheat nicely once we reheat these in the next day or two. And there's number one. I'm not going to bore you with watching me make all 14 of these. When I'm done, I'll finish up the video. Alright, it really is hard filming and making something you're going to throw down your gullet momentarily because this smells and looks delicious. I feel like I've been eating all of them. I ended up getting 19 of them made, so we have plenty of burritos. So that is a wrap. No pun intended. Well, kind of is. So here's Chris's. Yeah. So I'm not, well, you want to, let me show you eating.
Oh. Nobody likes to watch people eat.
Yeah, let's do a slow-mo or something, right? So we are at Roadside, Arizona. We're at the RTR meet. And we're just hanging out. Johnny's Journey is just right there. She's doing some work on people's coaches here. The RVs doing a little, I guess, kind of repair work, modifications. Johnny does whatever you need Johnny to do for you. She does a great build on all of her vans.
Oh. Right now.
Here's Johnny right there.
Helping people. That's really good, babe.
Good. So again, it was turkey sausage, chorizo, hash browns with cooked onions, jalapeno, patch chili, some spices.
It's not too hot. It's not too
and
spicy.
yeah, and if we like, there's some aioli that we really liked that we found from, not to keep plugging Costco here, but I think we got it at Costco.
We got it at Sam's.
Oh, we got it at Sam's. I'm sorry, Costco. But yeah, it's delicious. So guys, if you like what you see, and I wish you could smell, give us a like and subscribe and all that stuff. Comment if you have any comments, or if you've got some things that you add. We've been tempted to add a little bit of black bean, just trying to mix it up a little bit, just try stuff different. Neither one of us are avocado fans, so guacamole.
No, I like that.
You like a little guac? Okay, I don't. I'm not a guac fan, sorry guys. Maybe a little sour cream, do whatever you want. But yeah, what we do is we prep these ahead, as you see here on the table, and we freeze them up in our freezer. And during the week, we just pop one out the night before, let it defrost inside the fridge, and then throw it in a microwave, usually for about maybe 30 seconds. Yeah, about 45 seconds on each side. It's already defrosted at that point. And add a little aioli at the end, and then pop it in our mouth. So thanks for watching, guys. Oh, so I almost forgot. So a special thank you to Mike and Hetty Lynn for giving us idea. About 4 years ago, we were boondocking at their place, and she brought us some burritos to go and gave us the idea. So
We've been doing it ever since.
That's right. So thank you, Mike and Hetty Lynn. See ya.